Halo, saya Hu, selamat datang di game Genshin Impact. Jadi, itu yang mungkin target selanjutnya itu. Hah, bentar, namanya tuh Arrow Village apa gimana itu? Oh, ini karavan ribat di situ. Di situ ke tempatnya. Iya, benar di situ. Oke, langsung yang ini coba lihat. Seperti apa? Karavan ribat. Enak sih kalau di Sumeru seperti ini ada tempat yang seperti ini kan. Mirip seperti teleport sih. Karavan ribat. Arrow Village. Oke, sana ada Eremite. Oh. Karavan ribat. Ya, benar di sini. Aku lupa mau cari apa di sini. Yang bantuan itu kan yang di Gurun kata Nahida itu.
We finally made it to Caravan Ribat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh?
Oh, ini batas untuk ke itunya, Gurunnya katanya tempatnya. Oke.
Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Oh, ini tembok untuk ngehalang Gurun itu. It's indeed quite impressive. Truly, is inspiring. Okay.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
What? Lah, kok ada alah hitam di sini? Alah hitam? Where did he
Over
come
here.
from? Langsung dia ada dia di sini kan. Hebat sekali nih.
Oh, hey, the went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Oke, ternyata ini ngikutin dia seperti ini. Cepat juga dia lari. Loh, itu siapa lagi tuh?
What the? Where did she go?
Bentar, ini bukan yang di sebelah kanan yang kulihat waktu turun bukit tadi. Oke.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
Oke. Ada yang ngikutin kita ternyata lah.
Who are they working for this time? Anyway, traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were
Luar
too
biasa ini, kita
careless.
diikutin terus.
You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Thanks Al-Haytham, we couldn't have taken them without you.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
Emang masalah apa nih?
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham. We never thought we'd run into you here.
Oh iya, aku lupa kalau dia ini dendro juga itunya elemennya.
Last time
Oke.
we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Ya juga sih, dia kan dari
So you've
akademia.
already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it.
Iya juga, kita nih dari di semua tempat gitu kan, di Liyue, di Inazuma, di Sumeru juga dicari kan nih, jadi buronan terus.
However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremite's honored guests by now?
Hah?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
Did you participate in the state's big
I have
project?
no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy.
Camp promotes research autonom, hah?
And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
So you were actually looking for me. Dia cari kita nih buat, hah? Apa nih?
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties.
Divine knowledge kapsulnya dia bawa kan waktu itu.
Everyone
Kita nggak
says
dikasih
the
info sama
capsule
sekali nih.
originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be.
Huh.
Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting.
Huh?
The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have
Okay.
that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Oke, kita nih sharing terus ke dia, bagi informasi, tapi dia nggak mau kasih informasi untuk kita. Dia nih, oke. It must be because I was shocked to hear this word again. What forget me? Itu kira-kira apalah?
You really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Ya juga sih, kan kita kalau lihatnya seperti itu biasanya nggak fokus sama orang yang di samping, malah fokus sama orang yang di depan. Ini dia ngeliat situasinya beda. Oke, the situation is little complicated. I can't share what I know just yet.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest.
Ya juga sih.
But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
Yap.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
Yap,
That's right.
benar.
We
Ke
have the
Gurun.
same plan as you, but we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Pas kali ini Aru Village kan di situ. Sounds good. Let's head there together then.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Oke. Ini ada di samping apa? Ya, menghilang juga intinya. Oke, ini jalan ke sana. Ada teleport sih punyaku di sini. Nah, langsung. Tapi mungkin aku jalan aja. Aku mau lihat ada apa di sininya nanti. Kalau ada informasi bakal aku kasih lihat. Hah, ini jadi tempatnya berkabut gini, gurun pasirnya. Oke. Apa ini? Ditinggalin ya itu. Kita prioritas kita bukan mereka. Prioritas kita datang ke sana. Masih ada treasure hoarder di sini. Oke. Lah di sana ada. Mungkin bisa teleport ke situ. Tiba-tiba balik. Oh, di atas tuh ada, tapi nggak ada jalan ke sana kalau ini. Oke lah. Pakai ini aja. Lewat di sini. Ah, garam. Ini yang banyak orang cari itu. Ini dia, village sih.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Safe haven. Oke.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Oke, coba cek dulu. Ada cutscene. Loh, kok tiba-tiba bersinar nih? Apa cahayanya? Hah? Apa itu tadi? Datang ke sini sudah disambut seperti ini kita. I know itu.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamacho's wrath?
I'll hate
Okay.
them. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Oke.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Oke, itu General Mahamata, benar. Mahamata tuh seingatku dari itu kan, akademianya tuh yang cari buronan, cari targetnya itu.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Iya kah? Ya benar.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the mantra, as well you know.
Oke.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
Academic
You
crimes
seem
lah.
to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him.
Oke. Ternyata dia nggak mau nyerang kita tadi.
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Oke. Punya masalah apa sih
I've
mereka
been
dua nih?
pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Astaga, bahaya sini kita nih, mau datang ke sini cuma sama dia nih gitu kan. Ah, ya udah. I don't trust him as much as you seem to think. But that doesn't mean I'm going back by and do nothing.
Has
Okay.
Alhaitham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight.
Oke, dia lihat apa
Take
itu?
it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Ya, kan
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
so you did lie
No
to us.
wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert?
Oke.
As far as I'm
Sendirian dia
aware,
di sini.
the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
Hah, dia menghilang.
Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious?
Morally dubious.
If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Is it a mission from the stage? Hah. Mission dari the stage
I
itu
should
lah.
have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Ya, nggak bisa dipercaya sama sekali sih mereka dua nih.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Lah, dia ini.
Wait, Dia?
Dia. Oke.
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Ya, akhirnya ada yang bisa kita percaya gitu kan?
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dia. They still looking for an opportunity to attack.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Dihirawin dia. Oke, ada apa nih? Ada badai pasir gitu kah?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Loh, ini siapa ini? Di sini. Itu dia sudah ada di situ dari tadi atau? Oh, oke, baru lihat aku.
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take
Langsung.
cover.
Langsung dipanggil kita. Oke.
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace.
Candice.
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Oke. Akhirnya bisa pergi ke tempat lain gitu kan. Kita cari di sini siapa? Lah, dia sendiri yang nggak mau duduk di situ. Emang nggak mau satu satu tempatnya sama ala hitam kelihatannya Saino nih. Diaman semua mereka ini.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
Awkward.
Hey,
Okay.
wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Kenapa ini? Hah? Emang dia, Kok bisa seperti itu?
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down.
Candice.
Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Oke, enggak. Oke,
Our savior has come at last.
enggak seperti perkiraanku sih suaranya. Oke, tapi ya.
Nice to meet
Bagus
you,
ya.
Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have my gratitude. Gratitude.
There's no
Oke,
need to thank
gimana
me.
nyebutnya itu?
It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
Oke, dia lihat dari jauh sebelum badai malah.
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
Iya, jangan lihat orang dari tampangnya atau ya gimana lah, gitu. Katanya dia ini kenal sama Candice.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed
begin
to be
what?
a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Yap, mereka dua yang mulai.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Exile myself.
Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Grand Sage Azar.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me.
Hah, disembunyiin dari
I
dia.
began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
Oh, seperti itu.
So they really are up to no good.
Jadi Grand Stage ini
I
ada
realized then that to the
buat
Grand
sesuatu gitu
Sage,
kan.
the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge.
Dia ini investigasi juga yang The Sage itu. Tapi katanya yang Grand Stage itu ya mereka tuh kerja di bawah dia, jadi nggak ada hak untuk mempertanyakan mereka. Ya arogan juga sih yang Grand Stage itu. Ya The Sages-nya juga.
The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
She saw you then decide to exile yourself.
I believed it would be
Okay.
wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions.
Hah. Jadi dia nih bisa kalau kelamaan di akademia juga bisa dia jadi buronan sih.
I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Oke, jadi dia nih kerja untuk dirinya sendiri sih, sekarang nggak ada atasannya. Ini dia nih kerja sama siapa coba? Soalnya dia waktu itu katanya lapor sama atasan apa gimana maksudnya tuh? Oke.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
It is still too early to trust him completely. What if that whole story was just made up?
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
Iya. Dia
When I
dia
was
kenapa?
investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
Apa nih Al-Haitam nih katanya emang ada maunya doang dari traveler nih. Astaga.
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
From the very beginning, Al-Haitam the Sage was watching me from the very beginning. Ya, jangan bilang itu dari yang waktu di Port Ormos itu. Hah,
Yes, I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Alhaitham?
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
oh jadi atasnya itu The Sage itu toh, oke.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all.
Ingat yang terakhir kali waktu ada yang makai Divine Knowledge itu kan?
Their words
Huh.
contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know.
Oh, jadi dia oke. Dia disuruh begitu tapi dia maunya ya yang ada nama Divine Knowledge itu. Oke. Jadi oke, dia nih cari apa
From
intinya?
my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
Iya juga sih, aneh juga lah. Kita disuruh nyari itu Divine Knowledge tapi kita kasih hadiah itu juga. Walaupun sedikit sih, cuman ngeliat sebentar doang.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
Iya juga kan, ingat yang terakhir kali itu.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
What about your encounter with me? Did you join force with me just so you could investigate me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything.
Oh, jadi dia laporin. Dia nunggu di Port Ormos, nunggu kita datang seperti itu. Terakhir kalinya seperti itu. Jadi dia belum ngelapor sama sekali ke The Sage lagi kah?
So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Hah?
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Coincidence.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Iya juga sih, kita yang terakhir kali datang dia sih gara-gara mau terima kasih tuh. Now that you mention it, things did go like that. Is that enough to prove his innocence?
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
Ah, nggak tahu sih ini.
I'm willing to
Sudah seperti ini.
apologize if that's worth anything to you.
Minta maaf lah.
I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
Oke, bagus juga sih kalau emang nggak ada yang berinteraksi sama divine knowledge-nya. Tapi dia nggak kasih tahu kita.
Curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
Oke, ya ingin tahu tuh sih bahaya juga sih kalau seperti itu. Buktinya bisa kalau kita ngelihat divine knowledge capsule bisa. Nah, begitu.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Oh iya,
Have I
proyeknya kan?
not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
Oke, untuk sekarang bukan musuh. Oke.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh iya, dia ini ngapain kesini? Aku penasaran juga.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home.
Oke,
I
jadi
had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here.
oh, berarti dia emang sudah nggak ada kerjaan gitu.
But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
Oke.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Hah? Hah? Apa lagi tuh? Growl.
Whoa! What was that sound?
Apa itu ya makhluk dari Gurun itu yang kata Candice
No
itu.
need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Oh,
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Oke, waktunya dicepatin kedengarannya.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right?
Yep, sudah selesai nih sandstormnya.
Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
Oh iya, dia belum selesai nggak?
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
The four at larger head. Check the situation outside the chief. Ini room tempat itu kan? Kepala dari Aru Village sini. Emang bisa masuk situ? Aku nggak tahu sama sekali kalau bisa masuk. Apa itu tergantung misinya. Jadi makanya bisa masuk. Hah. Di bawah situ itu tempatnya yang tadi tuh. Sepi juga tempatnya lah. Oh, ada satu orang di situ kok. Lah, kenapa ada Hound di sini?
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ya juga sih. Not only is he really strong, her stamina is also something else.
Here comes another wave!
Masih ada lagi kan Hound-nya.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
Hah?
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action. I'll leave these to you then.
Oke, penasaran aku gimana itu dia.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Jangan bilang nggak ada deh. Iya kan nggak ada ini.
Everyone hold hands!
Apa tunggu itu? Apa namanya? Dehya keluar dulu baru ada ininya. Ada apa namanya tuh? Seperti dia di tempat ini.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Lah, kalau seperti ini terus apa? Kapan itunya berhentinya?
Our bond is strong.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
Masih ada itu yang di belakangnya itu elemental burst nih. Oke.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Itu kira-kira makhluk
Well fought,
apa lah?
everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Apa ini? Kepala itunya tempat ini atau village-nya?
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
Oh,
I am the chief
siapa
of
ini?
Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Kalian. It was good to meet you. Sorry for all the trouble.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Hah? Ada hubungannya sama ini? Withering di Irminsul? Hah?
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Oh, di Withering itu. Withering Jones-nya di hutan. Kalau yang di bagian apa nih Gurun seperti ini ya sandstorm itulah. Badai Gurun kah maksudnya nih?
Everything in the natural world
Badai
is
pasir.
inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Ya juga, kenapa di sini sepi sekali dari awal kita masuk?
Village keeper? Who are they?
Village keeper.
guards like Candace?
Ya, penjaga seperti Candice mungkin.
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia.
Hah? Hah? Village keeper itu maksudnya yang sekolah yang diusir dari akademia tuh untuk pindah ke sini, hah? Oke.
Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Tignari also brought this up before. Apasia was also nearly exiled to the star.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace.
Heh, banyak yang hilang. Nggak ada itunya, nggak ada jejaknya.
But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
Huh.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Oh, jadi Matra tuh yang itu ngirim orang yang sekolah yang seperti itulah, yang sama seperti Hapasia tuh ke sini. Jadi ya.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
I will help
Is it
too.
because you're
Okay.
reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound.
Bentar, kalau mereka hilang akal mereka seperti itu, terus sanity lah. Ya, anggap aja seperti itu lah. Terus kalau sudah Irminsulnya sembuh gitu, mereka bakal kembali normal apa enggak? Hah,
But,
oke.
is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
Yes, I know. That's why this is great opportunity to watch him. It will be fine. Dahlia and the other are here too.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Oke, selanjutnya kita nih bakal cari jejak sih sekolah itu. Apa ini masih ada waktu lah? Mungkin cukup sampai di sini ya. Saya ingatku ini sudah sampai di ini juga Aru Village. Jadi selanjutnya tuh investigasi ini. Exchange information with Sino somewhere else. Jadi selanjutnya bakal di sana. Jadi untuk sekarang cukup sampai di sini. Bye.
When in Aru Village, please respect the local customs.